Hello friends, and welcome to Take Two for this Monday, the 24th of August, 2020. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad you decided to come along for the ride today. Well, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the eagle, the mama eagle in particular. A mama eagle who has a huge responsibility of laying those eggs and then making sure that her eggs are hatched and that her little eaglets make it their way in the world. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So here's a mama eagle right here, this beautiful wooden carving that my husband Michael got some years ago. Absolutely beautiful carving of an eagle, and it inspired me to kind of share a little bit with you. Not only that, but my pastor, Lyle Peluso from Dothan Vineyard Church, shared on the parable of the eagle at church yesterday. So I'm going to share just a little bit kind of his message, a few little highlights so you can get an idea. Well, a mama eagle will gather a bunch of thorns, a bunch of branches, and she will make a nice, sturdy level of the nest, the bottom level of the nest. Then she'll go and get lots of soft materials, like nice soft leaves and things like that, and she'll put that on top of those thorns and branches. Once she's got a nice, good padding, that's when she'll lay her eggs, and she'll stay there, of course, until the eggs have hatched and the babies are out. Now, once the babies are out, she'll feed them and she'll take care of them. And when they get to a point where she feels they're old enough, what she does is she starts breaking away all of the soft materials to expose those branches and those thorns. Now what ends up happening is these little babies have gone from total comfort, what was familiar, to something uncomfortable, something trying, something unusual, and they don't like it most of the time. I'm sure they don't like it at all. Well, then once that's been done and she knows that they've discovered that it's not all wonderful soft life that they're going to be living, but rather that they need to go through some discomfort to get to their place where they need to be, their goal in life, what she does next is, when she feels it's time, she starts taking them up with her on her wings, on her beautiful wings. She'll put them right on her wings, and she'll soar up with those wings. She'll be kind of holding on to them, and she drops them. I know that sounds gruesome, but she doesn't just let them hit the ground. She swoops back down and grabs them, and she'll do this enough times until they realize that they were meant to soar the way she's soaring. And then once they get to a point of understanding this, once they've gone through all of the trauma of being brought up in the air and soaring that way, they then start spreading their own wings and start soaring on their own. And that's when she knows they're ready to be out in the world because they have reached their destiny. Wow, is that not a great story? Is that not some of the things that we're going through in life right now? We were all in our comfort zones, weren't we? We were in that nice padded nest. Everything was just rosy. The world was a beautiful place to live. And then, 2020 happened, and all the things that come with it. Particularly, of course, you know I'm talking about the pandemic and all the changes that we've had to experience. Wow, we went from our orientation being happy, clappy, isn't this lovely, to a disorientation of suddenly being in thorns and branches and all the soft materials being gone, our comfort out the window, to a reorientation. That's what we learn, just like those eagles, and that's what we are learning. Unfortunately, there's a lot of us right now who are in that midsection. They're in that disorientation section. They just do not know. They do not see light at the end of the tunnel. They're saying, how is this ever going to end? How? I just feel like I'm swooping and being dropped, swooping and being dropped. Well, I'll tell you what, boys and girls, as soon as you learn that that swooping and being dropped is going to end up with you learning to soar, that's when you'll get to the third phase, the reorientation. You know, we're all learning things through this. That everybody's going through something right now. It's what we do with it that matters. You know, those little birds, when they're on their mama's wings, could just say, you know what? There's just no way. I'm never going to learn to fly. The next time you drop me, Mom, I'm just going to drop to the ground. And you know what? That's sad if that happens. You know, she does her best to make sure she keeps capturing them, but I'm sure that there's some that make the choice to just get away from Mama and go ahead and land on the ground head first. Well, I don't want to do that. What about you? I'll tell you what, I've been stuck in the disorientation part of it a little too long in some areas of my life. And I've decided, I was so inspired, thank you, Pastor, because I was so inspired by that message yesterday to just say, you know what? I am going to take what I've got, I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to utilize that I am getting to be a stronger person, and I am going to be reoriented in this world to say, I have learned a great many things, and I'm going to use them to live a fuller and more complete life, and I'm going to go out in style. You get what I'm saying, boys and girls? I want to be like those babies with that mama eagle. I want to be soaring. Don't you want to soar? I encourage you, boys and girls. Soar, soar, soar like that eagle. You have it in you, and you can do it. All right? Now listen, go out and be a blessing to somebody today. You may end up being the only one who is. And if you know somebody out there who just is stuck in that middle, and they're just worried because they're not in the comfort zone anymore, and they're sitting on thorns, remind them, they too can soar. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time I post another Take Two. All right, have a blessed and wonderful weekend, boys and girls. And don't forget, soar. This is your time to soar. I hope you soar through this week in a blessed and wonderful way. Mwah! I love ya. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.